Welcome to How to Fencing. Some of you have requested this. I've been putting it off to the side, but today, during the lockdown, I have empty gym. I have the ability to show it to you guys. I will demonstrate how to make a dummy, something you could make for yourself at home, or something that you could potentially, even if you have your own club, build it at the club. Okay, so first of all, one of the simplest ways to build a dummy is if you find an old mannequin, much like this, it's just a plastic mannequin on the wall, you could go ahead and just screw it into the wall. So if you could take a look over here, we have a few screws and a zip tie around it, and then you can attach it that way. Good. Another thing that you can do is, if you could take a look right here, is into the wall, you could screw in these type of brackets with a little thread on the inside. And what we're gonna do is, what we have here is we have a little bracket with a thread. And as if you can see, I have a little pipe also threaded, much like so right here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it inside the wall right here and thread it on. So this is quite useful because you could also hide if needed. Now, once we have this little pipe, much like so, screwed in, what you can do is, if you have any piece of leather running around or any foam, you build a little pipe, much like so. We have a little piece of leather strapped around it. And what you can do is you can go ahead and mount yourself a little arm. So you can, that's the simplest way. From that, you can begin to already work on some hits. But to make it even more fun and exciting, what you would do is you would need any weapon with a French grip. So this is a foil, could be an épée, and we put it inside, much like so. Okay, so now that the weapon is built, you can go ahead and start practicing your type of hit. So 6, 4. This is another one of the targets that you could go ahead, and if you have a little bit more ingenuity, a little bit more space, you could go ahead and install at your home. So if you have any type of a pole, a tree, or a piece of fence that you could go ahead and work with, or even actually like a wall with a door opening. So what we got here is, if you could see, is we have a long pipe, much like so, like the little short one that I just previously showed. It's a much longer one running across the both sides of the pole. There again, if you could see, there are stripped on zip ties or attached on zip ties. And again, same type of idea, you put a sleeve with a piece of leather over top of it like that. If you could take a see. And what we have, something looking much like that. And on the inside, there's a little opening. So what we can go ahead and do, so with that opening, we can go ahead and again, insert a weapon, and we have a fully built weapon. Also at the bottom of the pole, if you notice, there you can place a shoe, put a little bit of weight on the inside, or you can even screw the shoe into the floor, whatever you prefer, and you have a fully working arm again. And one of the advantages of the pole is, if you attach a little target much like so, you can also use this as a body, use this as a toe, use this as an arm, and you even have potential thigh hits, so it's not a very wide target. Lastly, our most popular dummy at the club. This is where everybody comes to work on their skill, simply because it resembles the human as much as possible. But the concept still remains the same. So the first portion of the body, and we'll see if we can take a look here. It's, again, just simply a mannequin. So if you see on the bottom part, I'll try to expose a piece of wood. Right here. So underneath here, underneath here, we have old style mannequin. It's all wooden. I'm assuming it would be something that would be used in a fitting room, something where you have a suit on, or they look to pin some custom-made clothing. This is somewhere you could find it. From that point on, what you have is just a couple of boards built together are 2x4s with however long space you need and attached by screws. Similar concept here as we have all of this just attached based on the little planks. The knee has inside, it's hard to see, but it has a hole drilled through the screw and the nut, so it just has some mobility. With the arm, it's the same concept as all the other arms I showed you. There is a pipe on the inside running to this pole and attached on zip ties, which creates a very strong arm. So that way, even the strongest of fencers can go ahead, flick it, take the blade, whatever it may need. Okay, so there you have it. This is a little quick basic course on how to make a simple, effective dummy at home or at the club. If you have any other suggestions, comments, questions, feel free to let me know underneath the video. Salute to everybody.